side of Gravenberch, into the box, injury time, twisting, turning, Calafiori puts his body in the way, Paolo Neto rushes it out. What is going to happen? Something's got to give. Penalties are there, they're waiting, but can Tex snatch it from Paolo? Xavi Simons, Semenyo, Donnarumma with the save. Tex continues the attack. The referee blows up for a corner. Drifted into the box. It's headed down, it's not clear, and there you have it, penalties to find out who's going into the ePremier League Grand Final.
My goodness, Richard Buckley, those last 5 in-game minutes were absolutely relentless from both sides, and now we are into pens.
Steps up first, Paolo finds the top corner with perfection. There's Bruno Fernandes. And Palmer on the other side for Leeds United, and Tex equal to it.
Now it is time for Sunderland back up to the spot with Cole Palmer. Where will he go? To the right, and it's in. Havertz back up to the line here for Leeds. Woo, dives the right way, but not the right spot.
4 penalties taken, 4 penalties scored. Semenyo straight down the middle, Tex reads it. An advantage Leeds if this is converted. And it is converted.
Big moment here for Xavi. Sunderland need to score, and they do. Leeds up next, Yaya Toure. Where will he go? It's in.
Must score penalty for Paolo Neto and Sunderland. Maicon steps over it from 12 yards. Saved! Leeds United are in the ePremier League Grand Final. Tex is inevitable. Absolutely incredible game of FC. It goes to penalties. Paolo Neto and Tex could only be separated by spot kicks. And what a game we have just witnessed here, Case.
That was absolute insanity. Obviously, commiserations to Sunderland. A fantastic run in this ePremier League coming over from Brazil. But wow, that was hallmark action there. As we see the reactions there from the Sunderland boys, I know that they will not be happy going out on penalties. It's a hard way to go, Richard.
Yeah, I was like this
Paolo Neto and Young
from telling you
did absolutely everything they could do.
You know I want to shoot.
Sunderland, commiserations. It's Leeds United. It's Tex and Nixneb in a grand final, and what a game it sets up. Manchester City in the grand final. That's what's coming up next. Absolutely incredible here at the EPL Grand City.
Wayne Reed's going 10. More than
Gotta be Paul Scholes.
Pretty sure Scholes is it on for more than 10 now.
It has longevity. I think it's Scholes.
Yeah, I think Scholes as well.
Scholes there.
Can't be Beckham. I think it's Scholes.
It has to be Scholes.
Yes.
Yeah. Zola's good at him.
They're all good at him.
Yeah.
Free kicks.
Did Zola play in the Prem? He did.
Oh dear, that's a bad one.
That's before my time, come on.
Yeah, I'm saying Gerrard.
All right, yeah.
Gerrard.
Okay, we'll go Frank Lampard, but I'm going Steven Gerrard.
Lampard and Gerrard, obvious.
Okay, I'll back you.
We'll go Zola, why not?
Zola.
Zola had 12. Didn't even know he stuck with the free kicks.
Zola's kick! What do you say about that?
It's pretty easy. That is.
Yeah, before I got the options, I was thinking check.
I was as well.
Yes, check.
Check. It's better check.
I was going to say the same time. That should give it away. 3, 2, 1, check.
Check.
That was my time, actually.
That is a hell of a lot.
It's mental.
John. Oh, and that's a good save by Cech, because I think it took a deflection off the wall as well.
Welcome to the grand final of the ePremier League 2024 between Brighton and Manchester City.
This is it, Manchester City! It's a very nervy grand final, this one, as Manchester City lead Brighton by a goal to nil. He's edging closer and closer, driving forward, that's brilliant from Bernardo! And that will do us Manchester City, ePremier League champions!
Welcome back to the ePremier League Grand Finals. You can probably see by the reaction from Harry of what we've just seen. Penalties have just decided the second finalist here. Leeds United are through. They're facing Manchester City, a side who are not just defending champions, they're back-to-back champions. But let's take it back a minute, because one of the players from Leeds United who just won the penalty shootout is the man who's won the last two with Manchester City. I don't know how we're going to unpick this, but what a final we've got, Casey. How do you see it going?
Oh my goodness. It's so hard to predict because obviously you said there have been multiple players who have been in this seat the last 2 years, and so there's so much potential. I mean, coming off of that last match, I don't know how we possibly become more entertaining in a final, but I'm going to say Man City.
Well, let's take a look at the results, shall we? Harry, have you got your breath back yet? Because that was absolutely sensational. You can see Manchester City brushed aside Tottenham Hotspur. We will come to them in a moment, but we have to talk about the penalty shootout, the state of play. It was in Leeds' hands. It was out of Leeds' hands. Sunderland looked like they were going through. And then Tex, he's inevitable.
Listen, he weathered that Paolo Neto storm that me and Ryan brought about. When he gets the ball, you can't stop him from scoring. It looked like Leeds were going to be down and out at half-time. Me and Ryan certainly thought so backstage. But you can't count Tex out. I said he would be the most composed man in the room. Did you see him in the 121st minute? How many times everyone else was shot? Yeah. Kept waiting. Eventually went to pens, and he used to be bad at pens.
Yeah, he did say to you that it was some advice he got from Nick Snebb. He said to Harry, he said to me that I'm so clever and it helped me so much. A word on Nick Snebb, by the way, because he's been flawless and we haven't spoke much about him, but we simply have to before we go into this final.
Yeah, that game for him in the semi-finals I think was big, not only obviously to get the 3-1 lead, but up there. I think mentally it's big to gain that confidence, and it will set him up well for the final. And actually, bit of intel, there's a reason why Tex chose Nick Snebb as his teammate. He said that if they do play City, he's seen his recent results and performances against Matthias Banana. So it'll be interesting to see if that's going to be the matchup.
Right, so let me just put this into context for everyone watching at home. Tex used to be Matty's partner at Manchester City. They had lots of success, including lifting the ePremier League titles twice in a row. They're now facing each other. But before we speak about Manchester City, let's take a look at 2025 and how well they did together. Because, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. How do we call this? Let's take a look at 2025.
Well, how about this then? An ePremier League final, which looks exactly the same as it did 12 months ago, as Brighton & Hove Albion will take on Manchester City.
Incredible from Jadon.
You can't compete with him. A 2-goal lead Marley has going into leg 2. The 2-goal cushion that was made for his teammate has been wiped away. This is beautiful. Matthias Bernardo! Manchester City have done it again! Back-to-back ePremier League champions!
Wow, what a story. Only one of them will be celebrating like that in this studio very soon. We're going to focus now on Manchester City. Ryan, we were genuinely shocked watching that game, but we haven't been shocked watching Manchester City. They've been fantastic. It's been their day so far.
Yep.
The Tottenham Hotspur game was already done and dusted, but we'll take it back to the Nottingham Forest one, which even people here thought might be a difficult one for them.
Yeah, me for one. I thought that game against Sam Brewster would have been a lot trickier for Jafonso, but he's really impressed me today. I'll be honest, I thought Jafonso, going into it, I thought maybe would be the better player to start the games and Matthias maybe to finish off in that second leg, but Jafonso has been ridiculous.
Our Manchester City coaches have arrived, they're taking a look at us, they're probably listening. Casey, we've seen Matty in finals before. We've seen Jafonso in finals in other aspects before. Are they your favourites for this final?
Absolutely. I look at this and I see them raising that trophy for a third time. Obviously, for Jafonso, it would be a first time, but Matthias Bernardo could be locking in that best ePrem player of all time if he does it.
Well, that was the question I was going to ask Harry, actually. But listen, we'll carry on talking about it. Of course, it's Tex and Matty. Everyone's talking about how amazing they've both been in this tournament. We say Tex is inevitable. Has Matty got an opportunity to right himself as the GOAT of this competition?
They are both inevitable. So we're going to be wrong at some point here. Because you can't both be inevitable against each other. I'll be interested to see if it stays as Nixneb Bonanno, if City have an inkling that Tex thought he got Nixneb because he was a better matchup or something, I don't know.
Well, maybe we just said it on the broadcast and they've changed it, but they're very well
locked in.
Very well prepared. Ryan, of course, you used to be part of the Manchester City setup at one point. They put a lot of work into their esports.
Yeah.
Probably more than everybody else. If you're wondering, oh, Manchester City, they're really good on the real pitch. On the virtual pitch, they're just as good how? Well, they prepare a lot, don't they? You were part of the setup. At this moment, what would the coaches be relaying to you and what preparation would you have done for these moments?
The thing is, they've got two of the best coaches in the game. Both Edu, Zazinho, of course, a former player in major tournaments, so they know what it takes to be at this stage. Jafonzo's won World Championships. Matthias Bonanno obviously has done so well in the ePremier League. They're not foreign to success. It's just that Texas on the other side now. Nixneb, of course, as well. I don't even know which way this will go.
This final is going to be absolutely unbelievable. We genuinely can't call it. Harry's just said they're both inevitable. Nixneb's in unbelievable form as well. Let's have a look at Jafonso's draft. This is the side he's going to be using, Casey. Now, I mean, we've mentioned a lot about Antoine Semenyo and Bruno Fernandes. A lot of players have used them. Has anyone else stood out for you in this team? And is there any surprises?
Honestly, Gerrard, probably a big surprise there. I'm wondering if this is the exact lineup that he'll be putting out here into the final. I hope we see a Reinders. As many Man City players winning for Man City as possible. I'm here for that.
Yeah, I mean, one word on the goalkeepers as well. Donnarumma has been fantastic for pretty much every single player here. Keepers in this one, they've got the biggest job of all, haven't they? Because there's so many chances being created.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say they're up and down, but the thing is, you always remember when keepers make a howler for you. Like, you don't remember the good saves. That's how the majority of FC players are.
Yeah. You're speaking from experience. I'm sure everyone who's watching can relate to that. We have to look at Nixneb's draft as well. Let's take a look at his team that he's going to be using in this grand final. I mean, first things first, from a Leeds perspective, they've come fresh off a penalty shootout. We just saw the scenes there. 12 million budget. Ryan, any surprises or anyone who stands out here?
Not at all. I think the team, in essence, from the starting 11 and the bench, is very, very strong. He's got options to bring off the bench if the game does go, or isn't going his way. He can bring players on to impact the game and vice versa. I think for Nixneb, again, I mentioned how that previous round was so important mentally, because I've said it a million times in so many different broadcasts. For me, he's one of the best mechanical players in the whole scene. So it's so good to see him get that win against Young, and hopefully, for his sake anyway, can push him on in the final.
I'm going to call it now. Semenyo's going to come off the bench and win it against City.
Oh, an Antoine Semenyo goal to deny City is what you're saying. So you've taken the prediction already. We're waiting for Leeds United right now, so we're going to stay here for a while. Who would blame them, by the way? Because if you just joined in,
you've got to get your breath.
They've just had a penalty shootout. The heart rate is probably through the roof. If you play in penalty shootouts
I was watching.
We were all watching it with high heart rates. But how important is it to go back down a level in preparation for this final?
Well, I know exactly what Tex has done because he's done this for 7-8 years. What he's done after that game, he celebrated. He's walked to the toilet and just stood there for about 2 or 3 minutes waiting for that exact thing to happen. But he's back there. He's back now.
Well, listen, we're just seeing Nixneb and Tex joining us now. They're getting ready for the game. There's going to be some form of coin toss, I think, involved as well. Casey, at this moment, we've said it so many times before. We've seen Manchester City in this position. We've seen Tex in this position as well. How do you see it going?
It's a very tough one, especially watching that last matchup. We can't vote against Tex, but I'm going to. I'm going to say Manchester City is going to take it for a third time.
Sure.
OK, so we've gone... Harry is going Leeds with a Semenyo goal off the bench.
Oh, no, that's just the first leg.
Oh, just the first leg. OK, how do you see the final going?
That's because I thought Nixneb was going first. Have we got that confirmed yet? Or
not yet. The coin toss has just happened. We'll bring it to you as soon as we know. How do you see this final going, though?
I'm going to wait for the coin toss.
He just doesn't want to answer.
We need all the info. We need all the info.
It's so important,
it changes
isn't it?
First and second.
OK, so a bit of context. It's two-legged FC here. We've seen it all throughout the tournament. It's been an amazing format here the Premier League have put on, and EA as well. Ryan, any predictions for us? How are we going to show this? There you go. He's just had it.
Got information.
So it's what, Nixneb against Bonanno first?
Nixneb v Bonanno first.
Nixneb versus Bonanno first. He asked Nixneb, by the way. I don't know why I'm doing the whole VAR thing. That is the first game. That is a massive game, Casey.
Oh, absolutely.
For Nixneb as well, in that position, do you expect potentially him to just try and stay in the tie and leave it to Tex? Or the way he's playing, oh,
Zizinho, yeah. Nick Snevy Bonanno second. Definitely.
Nick Snev versus Bonanno is the second game. Oh, it's Tex against Bonanno.
What is going on here?
Wow. VAR check, 1 second. Jafonzo versus Nick Sneb.
Okay.
Bonanno versus Tex.
Wow.
So what we're going to say is Harry Hesketh bought us the wrong information.
Can you imagine if it's Tex and Bonanno second leg to decide who is the Premier League GOAT?
Honestly, I'm not surprised whatsoever because
these script writers have had a field day.
Tex against Bonanno, 2 former teammates potentially. Well, they will be deciding who is going to win the ePremier League. That is absolutely incredible. I don't know how to call this, right?
I actually think the matchup favours City more. I do think so. I think if it was the other way, I actually think I'd have gone with Leeds, you know.
Well, listen, we're not going to keep you waiting any longer. We're super excited. I'm sure you all are watching at home. It is time for the ePremier League Grand Final.
This means everything.
This is what Man City do.
Do not blink because you'll miss all this action.
This means everything.
Well, this is it. The ePremier League 2026 Grand Final. The best 2 teams from the 20 that took part across the group stages into the knockouts. It's Manchester City, the 3-time champions, against the 1-time winners Leeds United. But they have the man, Mr. ePremier League, in Tex.
Something's got to give. Not everyone can be a winner, but there is natural ability going into those booths. Leeds United against Manchester City. What a final.
Throughout the Premier League finals this weekend, players have been wearing commemorative patches on their shirts in honour of Diogo Jota, the former Liverpool and Wolves forward who was a passionate gamer and founder of Lunar Esports. Diogo won the Premier League Invitational, representing Wolves back in 2020, and his influence continues today. Both Wolves competitors, Diogo Mendes and Rastarata, were originally signed by him to represent Lunar Esports. These patches are a tribute across the finals weekend, recognising Diogo's contribution to both football and the esports community.
Well, let's get into it. Our grand final awaits. Richard Buckley, Brandon Smith, alongside Ryan Pessoa. Ryan, we've got to jump into these matchups. You said you think it favours City. Why do you think it favours City?
Do you know what? Just because of intel I've had beforehand, before we even came to this stage, I spoke to a couple people where Tex actually poached Nick Sneb from Tom Leese's grasp. They were meant to be together, but one of the main reasons was his performances and results against Matías Bonanno. That's not even going to happen.
Is there a world in which this tie is over before Tex and Bonanno even pick up a controller?
So you're saying similarly to what we saw with Spurs?
Premier League one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. I think that is a possibility. Will it happen? Obviously, remains to be seen. I hope for Leeds and Nick Sneb standards, because we see what Jafonzo's done. Jafonzo is on a different level right now, and Nick Sneb, I think, has been turbulent at best, so I don't know which one we're going to get.
Is it risky messing with the winning formula, though?
True. That's a very fair point as well.
City not doing that. They're saying, Tex, you just clutched up. Leeds saying, Tex, you just clutched up. We're sticking with it. We're not gonna change our cards. We're winning and going through here. Man City are the ones that have twisted.
Yeah.
What a storyline, by the way. What an ending we could be on the cards for it. The 2 former teammates of Manchester City will be going head-to-head in the second game. Matías Bonanno will be taking on Tex, former teammate. They were champions the last 2 years in the Premier League. The storyline is this. Who is Mr. Premier League? Tex has won it 3 times in 7 years, potentially with 3 different clubs if he goes and wins it today with Leeds. Matías Bonanno, ever since he's come into the Premier League, Richard, all he's done is win.
That's all he knows how to do is win. We have to remind ourselves, this will be Leeds United's second Premier League title as well. They'll be right up there with sort of just following behind City in terms of a multiple-time ePremier League champion will be Leeds United.
Yeah, absolutely. But this one is very difficult to call. Again, I want to see how Nick Seb approaches this game, whether he would change his game style. I don't think he should, but I wonder if there's maybe a conversation to be had on it, or maybe just trying to nullify Jafonso.
Talk to me about the semi-finals. They couldn't be any more different.
Yeah, literally.
Leeds United penalty shootout victory. It was so drama-filled. Shakespeare didn't write dramas that impactful. On the other side of it, Man City strolled. Jafonso against Tom Lees, the game was done. He was just kicking the ball around.
Do you know what, though? In those type of games, it's a bit weird.
Who would you rather be right now? Leeds coming out the back of that, or Man City, who have had a little bit of a break?
You can look at it two ways, right? In my opinion, that game against Spurs, Jafonso didn't really play a proper game. I know he won, was it 6-1 in the end against somebody, but it's not really like a real game because the game is done in the first half. You're 5-0 up, you're 5-0 down if you're Tom Lees. That game is done and dusted, unfortunately, for his aspect when he went into it. On the other side of things for Leeds, Nick there played really well in that first game against Young. His
best
first
he's
victory.
Played so far this
exactly,
tournament.
Best he's played. And Tex as well. Despite him losing, he clutched up. He went down several times, managing to rebound and respond, and also winning on penalties. So I think you'd rather be Leeds right now, to be honest with you. But it's pretty close.
So back to that point, Ryan, you said there, yes, Jafonso didn't play his exact game that he wanted to, but a 5-0 lead, you could have maybe took your foot off the gas. He didn't do that by any means, did he? He went and scored 6 goals in that game. And I'll be honest, it's the best we've seen Manchester City in the Premier League, which is frightening that they've given us our best performance so far. I mean, look, you look back for Premier League history of finals, all the way back to 2019. A 6-2 win when Tex beat Manchester United, of course. He was playing as Liverpool at the time. A 2-1 win. We've had some great finals in our time. Even last year, Richard, 6-5. Man City beating Brighton and Hove Albion.
Incredible. You go back to last year, FC 25 Pro Open, Nick Sneb and Jafonso, they were in the same group. Let's not forget, Jafonso did the double over him, 5-2, 3-2. Will that be in the memory? It was only a year ago, right?
True. It's not that long ago. It's in recent memory, but I think obviously it's a different game cycle, so you're trying to, hopefully, from Nick Sneb's perspective, that you've obviously get a different style of play that maybe in your favour this year. But psychologically, you'll be thinking, if you go 1-0 down early, is it going to be a repeat of that 5-2? Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
And me and Richard were doing a bit of a deep diving in the archives of EA FC Esports. Tex, when he makes a final, he doesn't often lose. He's only lost twice in his career in finals, in 1v1 games. Guess who it was against?
You're going to say, oh, wait.
One was MS Dasari,
yeah,
and one was Tom Stokes during the playoffs. Aside of that, he's lost 1 2v2 final. Other than that, he wins in finals.
If I remember correctly, okay, I'm not even going in, I'm trying to tap back into the memory bank. Did Tex not lose to Matthias Bonanno in the E-Champions League a few years ago?
He did.
Top 3.
Top 3, yeah. Okay, I remember that.
Well, shall we get this E-Premier League final underway then? As we load in, it will be Manchester City taking on Leeds United. 2 games at FC 26 to determine this year's champion. Is it going to be 3 in a row for Man City and a 4th in 8 years? Or is it going to be a 2nd E-Premier League title for Leeds United, but more so for Tex to potentially take down his former teammate in Bonanno in a final? What a storyline we have here as Manchester City look to get us started early doors. Michael doing enough there to get in the way to block the shot of Donnarumma. If you're not familiar with the format of the Premier League, it is an aggregate scoreline over 2 legs. E-Champions League spots are in the bag. We must also add on the winner of this. The 2 players will go to the World Championships. That's even bigger.
The one thing for me in this final, the wild card is Nick Sneb. 3 out of these 4 players are used to being in grand finals. They've won major tournaments. They've won loads of prize money. They are winners. They've got championships on their mantelpiece at home. Nick Sneb, this is probably his biggest game he's ever played, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, he started off by gifting possession twice, in my opinion, to Jafonso. Doesn't get punished that time, though. Ooh.
How on earth has he stopped that off the line? Mickey van der Ven coming closest to opening the scoreline for Manchester City.
He's not started comfortable.
No, he's got to slow down a little bit. It's a bit ropey.
Frantic.
Yeah. Might have him here, though.
It was interesting what you said, though, on the build-up to this game. I mean, Nick Sneb in another world would have been playing for Spurs this year.
Yeah.
Tex said, come and join me over at Leeds.
Tex calls, how could you not answer?
Are you waiting for the phone?
Yeah, still waiting.
Calafiori now, Leeds' first chance. They've been in the box of Manchester City here. He missed the semi-final. Here comes Xavi Simons, deflection off the boot of the Italian defender of Arsenal.
There was goalkeeper movement from Donnarumma. I don't know if he shot that side, would it have still been able to go in with the play style? But I understand the shot across goal. It's just, it's a chance.
Could be 1-1 already this game. We could have had goals. Beautiful through ball.
We might have a goal now, Richard Buckley. Lewis Miley! Manchester City will score first in the grand final. Jafonso putting the two-time back-to-back champions up by a goal to nil, and it all came from an overlap run here. Estevao with the through ball into Miley. Man City lead.
I think that's a showcase of how ruthless Jafonso is and how cruel FC 26 can be. One end, you miss. Down the other end, you get punished, and it showcases the talent that Jafonso does have at his disposal.
You see fist bumps all round. 1-0 up Man City. This is a scenario they find themselves in all so often here at the ePremier League. I mean, we talked about, I said just before, MVPs. We're talking Paulo Neto. If Man City go on and win this, Jafonso is right up there.
You know, either way, Jafonso or Matias have been it. Either one, if they end up winning this trophy.
It's well deserved.
I mean, I think it's even bigger for these two players as well. Matias Bernardo, I haven't seen much of him outside of the Premier League for a good season. Also is Semenya. Must be said as well, if you're at home and you've got involved in the FC Pro League Live SPCs, those two players you can see on screen will be getting a +2 upgrade. What is going on? Fabregas will become a poacher in the box. He was quickest to react on the slowness of Nixneb defensively. And Manchester City will have a second goal.
It's really harsh. I'll be honest, it's really harsh. That pass they actually plays, I don't think it's great.
He got blocked
just into an area.
Yeah, he got blocked off. I think he had like a blueprint in mind of how he wanted to attack, but for it to go in that way,
that's a kick in the teeth if he nicks them.
Yeah, that's a really, really tough goal to concede.
A little cheeky smile there from Matias Bernardo in the background. He doesn't care how it goes. He'll take all the goals he can. He's played his part. Have to remember in the last two matches, it has been Matias Bernardo that has started first. And look, his record in finals, Rich Bernardo's, it's been pretty solid.
Yeah, absolutely has. He's not lost many when he gets to that final game. From online, playing in South America, to multiple stages across the world. He typically gets his hands on the silverware when he's in the top two game.
And even more so in the Premier League. He had that really tightly contested game against Mali. Not last year, the year before. Then he gave his teammate a 4-1 lead last season. And when they're in the knockouts, he never normally looks out of place. Yeah, Torre's pass is deflected on the way through, but it is still going to be Calafiori that does enough to get in the way.
It sounds very early to be saying this, but the next goal's massive.
Yeah, the way that Jafonso was attacking, my oh my, that's someone that knows what they're doing, that trusts their ability. And I think for Nixneb, he needs to pose a threat, because Jafonso's attacking like he's not scared of losing the ball. And when you're in that flow state, it's really, really traumatizing in a way when you're defending somebody that's in full flow like this.
It's the 8th best player in the world on the rankings in Jafonso. The highest ranked player here.
That'll be 57 goals they've scored, Manchester City, up to this point. Can Leeds capitalise here? Estevao, where's his options in the box? Ryan, what did he do wrong there?
Good defending. I felt like the obvious thing was to cut in, and I think Nixneb knew that. But then Jafonso isn't going to dive in and make you...
Is it?
Could be three. Florian Wirtz, can he spin away from William Saliba? Not on that occasion.
You do see them go down, Rich.
Yeah, I've seen a penalty given there. As soon as that bruiser icon comes up. But you have to defend aggressively as well. You can't stand off Jafonso.
Bruno Fernandes now leads his time to try and strike out. Bruno Fernandes for Leeds!
Come on, man!
You said the next goal was big, Rich. And he certainly felt that from Nixneb's reaction.
Absolutely, especially when Jafonso has been attacking with the will that he has so far. It's really nice. He expected the pass, he took the space. As soon as Jafonso made that stutter step to the right, Nixneb just accelerated through, and who else to score the goal?
Yeah, the man you pinpointed at the start of the tournament to be a vital cog in a lot of people's teams there, and you see how much it means to Nixneb. I mentioned a couple minutes ago, how important it is to showcase that he has the capability of punishing Jafonzo's mistakes, because you don't want him to keep attacking and not be afraid to lose the ball. And maybe that could change the dynamics of this game.
We asked you home as well to get involved in the conversation. Who is winning this grand final, Leeds United or Manchester City? We'll try and get a poll up for you, so you can have your say. I mean, they've both won this tournament before, but there's never been a final like this. 62% of you, I'm sure you've probably gone off the start of this game as well. Manchester City's history in the Premier League as Leeds come forward now. That first goal has given Nixon the boost he needed, but Xavi Simons didn't quite have the pace that he needed.
He saw the run, and it just delayed it ever so slightly. Jafonzo bit hard on the run as well, and then Bruno Fernandes just did the defensive work for him.
If he got the trigger off there for Semenyo, he's in a goal. That'd have been 3-1.
They will get another bite at it now, Nick Snap. Keep an eye on Esteval there, trying to player lock him with Yaya Toure, the provider of the pass. He then eventually goes back to him to continue dribbling. Safe to say that goal has just settled him into this game ever so slightly, hasn't it? Simmons, Vers, La Croquette, Nick Snap! That is superb!
Outstanding goal. What a lot of pro players have been talking Nick Sneb up for the last 4 or 5 years, saying inside the box he is dangerous. We've not seen a lot of it during the ePremier League Grand Finals. Here is a little treat for Jafonzo.
Yeah, he's got the catalogue of all the skill moves at his disposal. He knows when to use them. It's just about confidence. When I spoke to his dad as well, in the previous games he hasn't been doing skills, he hasn't been utilising his biggest pros. In the grand final, hopefully that could be something just to kick him on a little bit, give him the confidence, because he can do it. He's done it before.
What a way to go into half-time, by the way. Manchester City led the final by 2-0. Nick Snep, it just felt like he needed that goal, Ryan, to settle himself in. Richard said rightly so. He is the wild card in the four. Out of the 4 players, he's got the least amount of experience on a stage like this. And when he does get going and when he does get confident, we saw it there in that second goal.
Richard also said the next goal is pivotal. And in this case anyway, for Nick Snep to get it, you kind of felt that would give him the initiative and give him the confidence to keep on pushing. Whether he expected to get the equaliser this early on, but I think the good thing is that there's a whole second half left to be played, and Jafonzo, the way he was attacking in that opening 25 was scary.
He's punched back
at
Jafonzo. Jafonzo was having it all his own way, and he was probably looking for a knockout blow before Nick Sneb even got going. That's not going to happen.
What a love as well, gents. We are 45 minutes away from passing the controller over to a game that potentially might not have much in it.
Leave it at this scoreline. How about that? Let's leave it at this 2-2.
I don't think the audience would mind as well. Imagine we pass it over to Matthias Bonanno-Tex to close out the Premier League. All square. Back underway now, 45 minutes.
I think I know 2 people who wouldn't want that. Jafonzo and Nick Sneb. Let me take a 6-2 lead into the next game for my teammate, please.
Well, who are you backing in the teams? We can see some love coming through in the chat from Sasa supporting Nick Sneb, Jafonzo. Who are you supporting here? Both?
Did both SBCs. It's a win-win.
Well, they've both had an upgrade, haven't they?
It's a good step.
City or Leeds, you give us your shout in the chat. Remember, the World Championship spots are even bigger on the line in this one. Miley, who scored the opening goal for Manchester City in this, will get dispossessed by Calafiori, who is the only real left-back option in these teams. Semenyo, lovely first touch to the ball, very expressive in the final third is Nick Snep, as he looks to build now towards a third goal. Esteval looking for that trademark finesse shot.
Great defending, you know, with Calafiori there, you sort of expected, because Esteval is somewhat one-dimensional when he gets into those offensive areas.
There's the incisive pass, and he's just offside.
If anyone's calling offside, it's Ryan Pessoa.
I know.
If anyone's having a moan at the refs, it's Ryan Pessoa as well. He's always in there here. Sounds like someone who's been on the receiving end of some bad decisions. Bruno Fernandes How good has he been this weekend? He's been a standout player in these squads, Ryan.
I didn't overlook him, but I thought, not that it's, I think the centre midfielder, for it to be that pivotal, I know people using a 4-5-1 or 4-4-1-1, I sort of thought maybe the wide players, with the way people are utilising the triggered runs and stuff, would be the key. Like Semenyo has been great, but the way Bruno has dictated every single aspect of offensive and defensive play, wow.
The big one, I think defensively as well.
Yeah.
I know what he's going to offer you going forward.
Yeah.
Defensively, he's got an absolute engine on him.
Jafonzo's first time to try and attack in the second half now. Speaking of Bruno Fernandes, couldn't quite find his teammate there, and you suddenly feel like this game is starting to fall more towards Leeds United as they are building. Semenyo having so much joy on this left-hand side. Goes across the floor in verse. There's his technical plus play style, which will come into play. And it's the player lock. Is he looking for a finesse potentially? So Esteval with the extra pass. Yapstam comes over. It will be a corner to Leeds, but before we get there, we're in a pause.
Fantastic second half from Nixneb.
Yeah.
I've got to say, Jafonzo's not really offered much going forward. Let's have a little listen in and see what Tex and Daniel are saying to Nixneb.
Another clip I showed you. That was against
Ah, yeah. I feel like I changed my rules.
Yeah.
Put Simmons top of the bar. I think that's
So we'll look at some music.
just saying. Tunes, bro. Blocking, man.
Time to lock in for Nixneb.
Got to win this game, bro.
Apologies for any unsavoury language or sound you may have heard there in the build-up in the pause. If you have just joined us, this is the Premier League Grand Final. Manchester City taking on Leeds United for their grand share of £100,000 in prize money. The winners taking £30,000 alongside that, the pride. And a World Championship ticket to the FC Pro World Championships later on this summer. 23 minutes left of this first leg before we go to leg two. Xavi Simons! I mean, I don't mind that. Wins another corner, this time Nixneb. What have you got in the locker?
He's got finesse.
Throw to Bruno Fernandes. That was the idea, to finesse it in. It's another corner again from Nixneb.
Pressure building.
It's the variations, isn't it? What's he going to offer this time? Looks to play short, or is there going to be a cutback? I should say a head down on the edge of the box. Verts. Player locks into Xavi Simons. He's got all the space now. Can he get past Yapstam? No, he can't, because Calafiori just got a toe on that.
He got into the area, but he just wasn't quite decisive enough.
I actually don't think he expected to have that much space once the ball went to Xavi Simons there.
I think you can shoot there, no?
Yeah.
Low driven.
Especially with precision shooting, how effective it is with the play styles. Lovely.
Xavi Simons again. Maicon. Where's the cut back? This to Florian Wirtz. Patient defending from Jafonzo. Mickey van der Ven does enough. But what a different second half this has been, Ryan Pessoa. Manchester City have sort of been stuck in their own half.
In a way, a game of, I wouldn't even say game of two halves. I think City were incredible the opening 30 minutes or so. And after that, Nixneb has really put his foot down.
Since Nixneb went 2-0 down, he's been a better player.
Yeah.
Reinders. Pass one or two, just trying to tease a Leeds defender into a tackle. Cuts it back, Semenyo. Is he going to be the one to the shot? No, Esteval will! They might have had a quiet second half, Man City. And it might be their first time that they've been in the box. But they're going to go back in front 3-2, and it's back to Leeds United to chase the game.
That's the thing there. You can't dominate a whole half against somebody like Jafonzo. You have your moments, and if you don't make it count, you can bet that once he has that opportunity to do so down the other end, he's going to do that. The attack was very patient. Something that Jafonzo does a lot compared to other players this year, the shot cancel. It sort of forces you to think, oh my goodness, hold on a second. I need to close down the angle for him to shoot, whether it's far post or near post. But then you pull players out of position, you leave gaps, and you get punished.
Speaking of getting punished there, Rich, might be the first real chance they've had in the second half, Man City. But as Ryan said, they were clinical.
Not too much said.
More Matías Bonanno trying to tee up his teammate. Well, look, we had 11 goals in the grand final last year when Manchester City played Brighton. And the first leg finished 4 goals to 1 in favour of Manchester City before then Tex took over the controller. Against Jadon Groden, and of course Man City went on to win the Premier League last year. Will we find a new winner this time round? As it stands, Man City will be going into the second leg with a small advantage, but something tells me that we aren't quite done yet. Still a big 10 minutes to play.
I'll tell you what, you're giving the controller to the 2 clutch players for their teams, really. I mean, Jafonso has been outstanding throughout the Premier League, but Bonanno just has a way of winning.
Done it for years as well.
Yeah.
He's got the experience, got the know-how of doing it in this competition.
I mean, the other side, Tex.
Yeah.
I said it when he won the penalty shootout. He is inevitable. That's a mistake.
What's happened there? Leeds called napping. Manchester City awake and ready to capitalise on it.
Does so well with Bruno there, you know, defensively. Sort of cut the lane, but then also didn't commit too heavily so that it didn't allow Jafonso to turn. And he wins a free kick. I've been saying this a lot in these 6-minute halves, Rich. I think from this moment you play for last attack.
I think so. I mean, we've seen that final 5 minutes of extra time between Sunderland and Leeds was frantic.
It's pure carnage.
Both players just need, I mean, Tex came out victorious in the end, but Paulo Neto just needed to it's really hard to say. We're not in the moment.
Yeah.
But just relax. Just play for that last attack.
Speaking of last attack, are we going to see that right now from Leeds United here? A goal to set up an all-square, even Stevens man. Bruno Fernandes stopped with the right hand of Donnarumma, but has he just given the ball back? Throws to Semenyo, does well to keep hold of possession there. But Leeds will get another bite at this.
I didn't want it though. Fuck.
See Jafonso playing out the last attack here. Apologies for bit of unsavoury language there, creeping in. That will do us 3-2 at the break.
That's part 1 done of this game.
And if you heard Tex there, said we take it.
3-2, Manchester City lead at the halfway point against Leeds. And now, eyes will turn to Bonanno against Tex. As you said, only 1 goal in it. So open this game still.
After the first 20 minutes, it could have been a bloodbath because Jafonso looked rampant. Nixneb has done very, very well there to get back into the game. It was a slight error, and then the last couple of minutes were a little bit scrappy. I'm excited to see what happens.
Well, let's check in with Casey, who's on the ground, and she's joined by Stingray. I wonder what he's thinking about this grand final.
Yes, I'm here with Stingray, who is a part of the Manchester City camp, but also has competed in this competition before. Obviously, we are witnessing a massive final right now. What have you made of the first leg?
The first leg was really good. I mean, I think it was the second goal Nixneb scored is something special, but I'm happy obviously Jafonso's got a 3-2 lead, and this next game is going to be probably the best one we've ever had in the tournament.
What does Tex need to do to come back in this game? Obviously, there's a 1-goal difference, and so last game we saw so many goals between him and Paulo Neto. Do you envision a lot more goals in this second leg?
Nah, not a chance. I mean, Matty's one of the best in the world at holding the ball, and I think this is going to be a really, really cagey game.
Well, we talked a lot about defining who the GOAT of the ePremier League is, this massive last final, Tex versus Matías Bonanno. Do you think that answers the question?
Yeah, I think whoever wins it is the best player in ePremier League history.
All right, well, Stinger, thank you very, very much. Let's get this last leg underway, because I want to raise that trophy in the air soon.
Thank you so much, Case. Great to hear there from Stingray as well. I think he's right. The next game is might be one of the best we've ever seen in ePremier League history. The last time that these two played was back in November 2023. And why they didn't play after that is because, of course, they were teammates.
Yeah.
And they became teammates and went and won the ePrem.
What we can't see from the stats is the games behind the scenes, in the practice rooms, in the training facility. They must have played hundreds of games against each other. I'm really excited to see who comes out on top. We can see your comments at home as well. Tex versus Bonanno to decide who's ePrem GOAT, coming in from Thunder. Is it as simple as that, Ryan?
See, I disagree. I feel like Tex is already the ePrem, for me anyway. Even if he loses this game, I think they're tied if he loses this.
I think the argument is more that Tex has had 8 tries to Bonanno's third.
Fair.
3 out of 3.
but then Tex has also won a 1v1 version as well. I get that part. That's a fair point as well. That's a very fair
And
point.
Tex might win it with 3 different teams as well, which certainly goes under the radar.
Game of the century. That's big, isn't it? That's really big. Game of the century.
I think at the moment, definitely game of the year so far. I mean, look, we have got a busy of FC Pro events. This is only just part of the FC Pro ecosystem. As we said, the winner, as Tex makes his way back out onto main stage, the winner of this, yes, is the champion, but there's bigger pressure on that. You qualify for the World Championships.
Yeah, there's a lot relying on this game here, not only for Tex, but for Nixneb as well, and the remainder of their season. It's a huge, huge game.
With all that pressure, with all that implications of the game and the continuation of the season, if you win it with the FC Pro World Championships right around the corner, would you rather be a person like Banano and Tex with the fate of the game in their hands, or would you rather played first and given the controller over?
So you're saying at this current moment, so the scoreline was 3-2 as it stands?
Would you want to be in control?
Oh, I'd rather be in control then, because I already know what the scoreline is. You kind of know what you have to do. And we've always had this discussion where some players might prefer to actually go into a game 1-0 down than 1-0 up. I think for Tex, either way, he wouldn't mind. But again, we heard it as the game finished. He says we take that. So he's technically, or for him anyway, he feels as if it's not a position where he can't come back from, especially against somebody he would have had a lot of reps against.
And this is something that we see become a very frequent viewing for us. Matthias Banano getting ready for the game, not taking a seat, stood up the entire way. Is this a self-motivation? Is this psyching himself up? Is this intimidation?
Might just be trying to get his amount of time standing up for the day. Never know. Who knows?
Getting his hours in, getting his stand hours in.
It's worked for him. He's somebody that's been in this position countless times before, not only in the ePremier League, but in other major tournaments worldwide. He's a winner. And it's going to be so interesting to see how this game develops, because I think for Tex, he wants to prove a point as well. But Matthias Banano is somebody you really do not want to play against, let alone in a final when he's already got a 1-0 lead, or 1-goal lead, I should say.
I'm going to say, who's got the more aura in the walk? I mean, you can't two champions there,
They're
are they?
both trying.
Chat, who have you got for this one as well? We will run a poll as the game does kick off. Tex or Banano, the two greats potentially of ePremier League history, going head-to-head. There's only one goal in the game. Man City, of course, have that one-goal advantage. They're 3-2 up on aggregate.
I know you've got all the games that they played there, Brandon. The biggest game, talking about E-Champions League qualification, probably came in 2022 at the E-Champions League. Top 3 to face Nicholas in the grand final, and Banano was the one who won.
Yeah, he won 6-0 as well, Rich. Wow. Time to lock in. Says Coach Daniel on one side.
Breathing when we go into the game.
Game codes being sent as we jump into this one, our final game of this season's ePremier League.
Some familiar faces in there, but what we've come to expect of Manchester City, Banano and Tex together, they're at the other side of the stage. Leeds United and Manchester City. Who is going to win this match?
Wow.
72% of the chart think Leeds and Tex will turn it around.
Two very different situations here.
Deep breaths from Tex.
Tex just getting himself in the right mindset there. Getting his breathing controlled. On the other side, you've got Matthias Banano, who is just getting himself up for the game. You've got to deal with that as well. It's one thing we haven't spoke about. Every goal that Jafonzo was scoring, you've got Matthias Banano in the background shouting.
Every goal that Man City score in this game, that booth's going to be shaking. Shaking. Because all 4 of them will be up.
We are loading in right now, ladies and gentlemen. Strap yourselves in for the final of the ePremier League. 3-2 on aggregate, Manchester City lead. 2 former teammates going head-to-head to determine who is the ePremier League GOAT. Here we go. Manchester City from left to right. Leeds United from right to left. Former teammates, now enemies in the grand final. So much more than just the pride on this one. World Championship spots. And it looks like Leeds are going to have the first attack. Cannot forget, Textures came off the back of a penalty shootout against Sunderland in the semi-finals to send Leeds into this grand final.
I was just about to ask that to you, Ryan. how much will Tex be looking at that previous game and going, look, I was up against it against Paolo Neto. I had a 3-1 lead. It got back. He was leading. I kept bouncing back. Even if I go down, I'm trailing here, but even if Bonanno scores 1 or 2 goals, I've done it before today.
Yeah, you said it right there. It builds the belief that you can overturn a deficit because, as you mentioned, he was up 3-1 from kickoff, ended up going down a few times as well, and he kept bouncing back. He showed resilience.
Esteval. Xavi Simons looking to finesse that in. Bruno Fernandes, you two have been speaking at length about how good he's been defensive. There's another case study of it from the Portuguese midfielder. 72% of you back in Tex to win this one. Of course, he won the first ever Premier League back in 2019 in London. Here he comes now. Michael, back to Burst. The cutback was... There is the idea. That was brave from Donnarumma.
I think he wanted that pass to Semenyo there, you know.
You've had quite a few teammates during your career, Ryan. When you've played against them, when you're no longer teammates, how would you even approach that game? Because you already know so much about them.
Like you want to win even more. For both players here in this instance, they want to just showcase that they still reign supreme. But again, I kind of wish this was 3-3 from the start. I just would have loved to see it from a completely blank position.
Could be 3-3 soon.
That's the recycle. There's no one there.
Tex looking to tie this game up instantly at 3-3. He's got that small cushion, Bonanno here, just a 1-goal lead. But in 6-minute halves, we've seen that easily wiped away. We went from 3-1 last game to 8-8 penalties. Reinders looks to play a lock it into Xavi Simons. He's looking to go on that left boot. Donnarumma tips it around the post. That's a corner to City.
And let's not forget how outstanding Bonanno was earlier against Mark Marley.
Yeah.
Maybe the best individual performance of the entire ePremier League so far, given the level of competition.
Heads it down into Xavi Simons. That one then headed away by William Saliba. But back to that point, Rich, what a 5-0 winner. Convincing win, more importantly, a clean sheet.
And it's not those stats, it's the level of opposition. Mark Marley, a 3-time ePremier League Grand Finalist.
Made a book.
What did we say so often during this tournament? Mark Marley doesn't lose heavy games.
Xavi Simons off the post. Manchester City come close to a fourth as your support reigns in the chat.
What a ball.
It's a brilliant switch of play. You can't forget what Tex was doing in the FC Pro Open. Some of the switch of play and the through balls. There's another one for you. Semenyo twisting, turning in the box. Trying to find a gap to exploit. He's got Matthias Bonanno clicking all sorts of buttons. Thirds, Palmer. And still no way through.
He done so well in possession there. He was so patient towards that left side of the box. I feel like once he got the ball inside, he actually pulled maybe 2 or 3 players out of position there with the team press and the offside trap kicking in for Matthias Bonanno. It's just once you take a little slight hesitation in the box, you get swarmed.
Again, good aggressive defensive there from Tex. Will give Leeds bad possession.
Just given how long these two have been playing as well, it wasn't going to be I don't want to say like a current generation of FC being played. It's quite an old school game, this. It's going to be low scoring. It's going to be drama filled.
Wow.
And you just think back to the time at City, the amount of games that these two would have played against each other, Ryan. Former teammates with Shelves, yourself. I mean, it's kind of a safe area, isn't it, when you play against a teammate? Because there's a good chance you're not really going to be playing. So I know that's a different game, and I know it's previous years, but still, as Rich was saying, you know so much about your teammate.
And it also makes the games where, as Rich says, it won't be extremely high scoring because you kind of know the patterns already.
Chance. Verts. Oh, Michael! It's like we're rolling by the years of Michael scoring a goal like that.
A lovely finish. He's teased that a few times. He's not played that extra pass on the overlap. This time, Michael busts a gut down the right-hand side. Look at where he's in the picture right now.
He's been triggering him a lot as well from the start of the game. You can see him just sort of right there, just size them up with verts. You can't get across in time, and a beautiful finish from Tex as well.
And Bonanno doesn't expect that.
Yeah.
He's looking inside, he's looking at Palmer, he's looking at Bruno, he's looking at those attacking players maybe that have missed chances already in this game. Catches him completely by surprise.
I also think that's the wing-back role on the penalty. I'm not entirely sure. It looked as if it was anyway, because the original run from the AI to get into that position for him to be able to trigger the run looked as if the role was on wing-back there. But again, we'll find out afterwards.
Back to you, Bonanno. We are all square in the grand final. First time these two have had a competitive game against each other, dating back to November 2023. It was in the FC Pro Open qualifier stage. Of course, following that, they were then teammates. Now Manchester City going to pick up not one, but 2 ePremier League titles this season. Tex, of course, representing Leeds United. Added time to follow in just a second. We are heading into an unbelievable scenario here of 45 minutes of a smash and grab. There we go. 45 minutes away. This couldn't be any better, boys, for Apasawa. 3-3.
This is what I wanted from the start of the game. We've got it in the second half now. And Tex has done really well to contain Matthias. He hasn't had too many opportunities to score there. We're listening to what they're saying.
Then just try to just you outplay him, you're playing so good.
Simple instructions.
Cuando él está con los centrales, tipo bueno tacleamos, pero cuando le ganas
Turn so good. It's great. Come on.
The other side of it, Ramsor, you've been on Duolingo for 600 days. What we're saying?
I understand genuinely. He's saying that he notices the run with Maicon going forward, so make sure that the players on the left side, you keep triggering them so they can exploit the space in behind. And it's, yeah, that's it.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks for the translation there, Ryan.
He also said no extra time, he's hungry.
So, he's got reservation at 9:30.
Yeah. Here we go, look at that for a shot. 45 minutes away from finding an ePremier League champion. Or will we need extra time? And who knows, maybe penalties. There's only ever been one ePremier League final that was contested on a penalty shootout. That was all the way back in 2021, where it was shells with Manchester City against Leeds and Ollie Leeds.
Will history repeat itself?
Potentially so. £30,000 on the line. And the FC Pro World Championships. But on top of that as well, if you've been doing the FC Pro League live items, there's also upgrades on the line.
Great prize for Akayo Okafor if they do win this game, a base play sale.
Yeah, alongside that, they're both going to be 90 rated items already, aren't they? Chance. Here's Tex now. Bruno Fernandes looking to go for a decoy. Into Semenyo! Leeds United in front for the first time in the grand final.
Absolutely incredible work from Tex in the box. As you said, the first time they've taken the lead in this second leg overall there, and for Tex it's a huge sigh of relief. You see the build up here, just the R1 dribbling with Verts to get into the space with Bruno, triggering the runs to cause just the threats for Matthias Bonanno to be aware of. And you can see how much it means not only to Tex but to the coach and Nixneb sat behind.
I think you just need the camera on Nixneb, by the way. He's feeling all the emotions of this game, isn't it?
Loving it.
Tex is playing Nixneb's biggest match of FC ever.
Yeah, literally.
He is. It's his hands if he makes it to the World Championships.
This is season-defining moment.
Keep in mind as well, the World Championships are in July. This is one of the first leagues to conclude, which will give out those tickets. Leeds United now, for the first time, as we said, across the two legs, in front. Maicon.
Tell you what, Maicon, man of the match so far.
It's been everywhere.
I've never seen him play this good across the groups or the knockouts.
He were awfully at the groups.
yeah.
It's been him and Calafiori, really, hasn't it, that have been the left and right back in these ePremier League teams. Not much has changed between those two.
This second
really
half,
been many options.
This second half, Tex has got Tex has got Bonanno caught a little bit.
Fabregas.
Lovely.
Xavi
what a goal.
Has he got him caught?
He's just broke out of it if he has. He did that same move quite a couple of times against Mark Marley, down the wing, and then that driven pass into the box. You can see the points being put together, but it's another thing completely stopping it.
And you won't see it from the replay. It also comes from the press that he done earlier on to win the ball back in his own half. To take the touch that side as well with the goalkeeper stranded and to tuck it away. A fantastic way for Bernardo and City to get back into the game.
Shells enjoyed that one, didn't they? What a finish it was. 4-4. Back to the drawing board once again. It was spoken about as potentially one of the best ever Premier League finals we've ever seen.
It's a free kick.
And so far, we are on for that as a free kick comes in for Leeds and a chance to jump into a pause. Maybe some words to be spoken between both teams.
Lo probé y no me gustó nada.
Sure. Fourth goal was so crazy. Just go come on, push yourself. Focus. Come on.
Los tres jugadores así de espalda, o sea, hay riesgo de que me saque.
Push yourself. Come on. This is it. Ramsey on the other side of Man City. What's he
Tienes que
say?
hacer cambios de frente rápido acá para abrirte este pase acá. O sea, de Calafiori, un R1 triángulo.
Calafiori.
No, y otra cosa. Cuando tenés la oportunidad.
Well, they're on the player instructions at the moment screen there, Ryan. Just sort of speaking about the team and breaking it down.
Salía siempre con R1X al que estaba libre y ya conectaba el delantero y después solo caminaba a su defensa. ¿Vale? Hay que arreglar los corners.
A lot of information. We've spoken to a couple of players over this weekend actually where
that's a lot to take in.
I was just about to say that, where some people were saying, remember RSD was saying he doesn't want a coach to say anything really in game.
He want Daniel.
Yeah. It was more so a mental motivator compared to an actual, any elements of the game itself.
I mean, all he said, Daniel, was, look, your first goal was incredible. Just keep going. Believe in yourself.
See some familiar faces there.
Many watch on here. Leeds now. And a free kick. And to resume play. Maicon, the goal scorer of Texas first in this one. Not great then.
Could he get caught out here just on the counter? He's got bodies forward. Man City come flying forward and they've got a chance.
Centre-back's gone. Mickey van der Ven's gone missing. Douglas Luiz of all players, he needs an option.
He's gone back.
That was the option, but Maicon was there.
Look at Yaya Toure.
Tries the breakaway, Yaya Toure. The former Man City man against Manchester City. What was the touch?
No
Donnarumma came flying. And what a big moment of the game that was!
He's overrun it so much!
And look straight away, he's got him.
Suddenly this game is end to end! Back to you, Manchester City!
That touch from Yaya Toure there was so heavy. The thing is, we've seen them shots taken
early.
Way earlier than that, and it still goes in.
Stones scores for his own half. We call Palmer on a game changer, Travella.
Final 15 minutes near enough on the cards here. He knows he made the wrong pass there after the reaction text, and look how open it is for Florian Wirtz to come through. That was the chance he get on the replay.
And then just tap sprint right at the wrong moment as well. Oh my goodness.
I was just about to say, the reaction there from everyone in the crowd as well. The pace since that last pause has gone through the roof.
Yeah.
Both players realise this game is there for the taking.
Got Cole Palmer here.
Cole Palmer. Has he got the legs around the Italian defender? He does, but he's gone back inside there, Ryan. It's worked out well there for him. Xavi Simons goes on his own.
Wow!
And somehow that goes through Donnarumma.
Question marks for the goalkeeper. The build-up was sensational from Tex, but you'd expect your keeper to just react.
Just save the ball.
Just react. But Tex won't care, neither will the Leeds United camp. You see it there. Cole Palmer powering down towards the byline. Calafiori, I thought maybe overplayed it when he turned back, but to get that ball over to Xavi Simons.
I thought it was going to be a low driven, but it's just powered it past him. What we got left? 12 minutes, I think, on the clock. This is starting to get into do-or-die scenario for Manchester City.
This is where you change right now, the approach.
If you're Matías Manano, I think you have to have an attacking variation set up now.
But for Tex, you've got 12 minutes. You're in touching distance from an ePremier League.
The thing is, Tex has been in these positions before in countless tournaments. He will know that even if he doesn't necessarily change a tactical variation, it's about the approach when you're triggering runs less in these moments as the clock ticks on. You don't want to flood bodies forward. We might see Maicon now start to stay in a fullback defend role or something similar.
First leg finished 3-2, second leg 3-2 right now. Real good quality of FC here. That's not correct. That'd be a draw.
I'm also right. I'm just speaking from a game management point of view here for Tex.
Yeah, that's what I mean in terms of you can keep the ball and not have to change anything and go too defensive, because the moment you try and put bodies too far back, you're able to, well, you invite pressure on, and when Matthias is very capable as he is, you don't want to invite pressure and keep the ball in your own half.
7 minutes away.
Big chance.
Wirtz. Gerrard back to Florian Wirtz. 5-5. We're not done yet.
First leg finished 3-2. Second leg 3-2.
That's correct, Richard Buckley.
I went wrong. I was just early.
See the build up there as well, just the triggering of Bruno Fernandes causing questions. Back again to Wirtz again, an L1 pass. Just to trigger him forward.
He'd have taken the penalty there, Tex.
Yeah, easily in that moment. Would it be a red card as well? But Matthias Bonanno tucks it away. And will there be a response here, Brandon?
This is either going to be scenes in the last moment, or it's going to give what this game deserves, extra time.
I think is it the 86th minute or so? Just over maybe?
I think there's a winning goal.
Hear me out. I think you play for last attack in 6-minute halves. I really do.
It depends what opens up.
Unless it's a wide open through.
Do you hit the long? Do you hit the switch? Is that too risky?
I'm not that. I don't know. It could pay off. Someone could be spamming. Matthias could spam an offside trap, thinking that you're not going to be thinking to do it.
Get the team press on. Get on the pitch.
Yeah. Just want to see the exact time on the clock. I think it's just gone the 86th minute. I'm pretty certain, and there'll probably be what 2, maybe 3 minutes maximum added on.
It's going to fall back to Leeds, of course, for the kickoff now, and we've seen some wild things from Tex with various long balls going forward. Is he going to show us something that maybe we saw from Tom Stokes before? Back to the left, back to the long ball forward. Keeping on the opposite side of the screen.
No.
Oh, it's 84th minute. That's that correct. It was too early to play last. You can't do that anyway.
Maicon dispossessed. He thought about switching over to his left back. Now he might be in big trouble as Manchester City knocking on the door.
Hold on.
What can we see from this corner? A moment of magic off the training ground, maybe. 86 minutes on the clock. What's the idea? Goes all the way back to Dalot. Into Semenyo, has got loads of space and time.
Wow, well worked corner there. What a routine.
Another corner for Man City. We're looking at the same idea. It's possessed. Here we go. Leeds United needs an option.
He's triggering Cole Palmer. Look at him.
Look at Cole Palmer. Mickey van der Ven's got his hands full.
Look at Bruno. Oh, he's going to slow it down. I think he's going to try and play for last.
Working into the box.
Yeah, it's sensible.
More Leeds United shirts now bombing forward.
2 minutes, yeah.
Happy enough just to stop on the ball. They're added time of 2 minutes.
So
Leeds United. He knows exactly what he's doing by the looks of it.
Don't lack this area though when you're stuck in the corner.
How's he going to move across now into the box?
This is it. Make or break.
Added time has been played of 2 minutes.
Get it.
Last chance of the game now for Leeds United. Bruno Fernandes.
Oh,
we get a corner. What can we see here? What an ending it will be to the ePremier League. Bruno Fernandes wins a free kick, but the referee takes us into extra time. 30.
I'm looking at the monitor here.
He's given the free kick still.
Of course he has to.
We're not done. We're not done.
I heard double whistles.
What's going on here?
Referee!
Nah, man. Ridiculous. It's a tactical foul on the edge of the box, Rich.
I'll tell you what, if he's done that, there's a clever way of getting into extra
That's
time.
genius from Bonanno.
I heard 2 whistles. I heard the free kick whistle and the full-time whistle. Well, 180 minutes has not separated these two teams over 2 legs. Extra time is on the cards.
This is why Tex is a much better man than me. I'm checked out now. You're checked out if you're competing.
Admin, I won a free kick 93rd minute.
Restart the game.
I think the ref made a good decision there.
I've got to say, this is familiar ground for Tex. He was just here against Paulo Neto in extra time.
Hasn't Calafiori got the yellow for it as well then?
30 more minutes left to separate these two in this year's ePremier League final. Here's all the tactical fouls coming out now.
Surprised not blown for half time and extra time after that.
He might do, you never know. Wouldn't put it past the ref. Chat, are you still with us at this point? Man City leads. Has your opinion changed on who is going to win this? See if we can get another poll up in the chat and see if you've refreshed your opinion. 72% of you said that Tex was going to win. It's not been that easy.
Oh, wow.
Lovely. Here's a chance now. Xavi Simons, Leeds United! 6-5!
Great build-up. Xavi Simons with the finish, just kept that extra touch, just took it into his stride and slotted it in at the near post.
I think he caught him a bit cold as well. Texted here, you can see the triggering of run of Cole Palmer. First time pass into Xavi Simons. You're not going to do much with Maguire there when you're trying to step across because he's not as nimble as other centre-backs in the game, irrespective of the stats, just his body framing game.
It's cumbersome.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to shuffle across and stop Xavi Simons from running on goal there.
There you go, it's changed a little bit, hasn't it? Who's going to win the game? He's still, I mean, you're back in Tex, probably the fact he's just scored again there.
A 20% swing in Bernardo's favour. From 22% to 42%.
Whenever these two have made an ePremier League final, they have won. It's not going to be the case today. Someone's always got to go. Back to Man City now to tie this up at 6-6, which wouldn't surprise me if they did just that.
Got him again.
Bruno Fernandes, Florian Wirtz. We're all square again.
I'm getting deja vu to the semi-final. I just commentators.
Yeah, literally.
Leeds United and Sunderland.
Shall we just go to the penalty shootout now?
The extra pass was wonderful there, though, from Matthias. Once he gets to that area, he gets it with Bruno here, just to play it to Wirtz for an easier tap-in. And if he tried to shoot where it could have been blocked, it could have been saved, whatever.
He's been here before, it's all too familiar for him.
And this is why Leeds didn't change order. You want Tex in these scenarios.
Yeah.
He's been there, he's done it, he's almost seen everything competitive FC has got to offer.
Yeah, about 45 minutes ago or so, done the same thing. He's in this position now where it's going to keep going back and forth.
Staying calm, keeping composed. It's the most important element of this. The gameplay will take care of itself. Don't make a mistake. Don't cost your club the ePremier League.
Ooh, that pass was on to Yaya Toure. If it was a different player that had another play style or so compared to Michael, he could have actually found a way to score again.
Well, this could be the chance to actually see a couple of subs on the pitch, maybe. Well, the bench has been pretty untouched at this point.
Maicon's fresh for Man City.
Dallo as well.
Yep.
Added time to follow at half-time and extra time here. Man City 6, Leeds 6 in this year's ePremier League final. Or are we not done just yet? Semenyo. Manchester City looking to go into the break with a goal lead. Yaya Toure comes back. That is heroic from the former Premier League hero.
He covers ground so quick.
My goodness. So good.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to swing it. I'll just keep how it is. Come on, man.
Just keep going. You get your chances. And with your last one, with just go for it. Come on.
I find it fascinating, the two different styles of coaching. Sort of input in. You see Leeds United though, it's very keep going, do what you're doing, you're playing well. The amount of information that Bernardo's getting here. Zizinho, Edu behind him, even Jafonso.
Not too sure how much he's taken in. He's still got his headphones on.
Mejor todavía, porque hunde más.
Sí, tira como me la sacó.
En la jugada del empate llegaste muy bien con Dalot. Que tipo, que en la jugada del empate llegaste muy bien con Dalot. Digo, si estás con el extremo, espera que juegue el lateral y el lateral que juegue el R1X. Que es lo que
You've been in these scenarios, Ryan.
Dale, 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 dale. Ahora,
Naturally,
dale,
yeah.
ahora.
I think like it's, even if you try your best not to, it's very easy for your brain to drift off and you lose concentration. But that's the key as to why Tex and Matthias are at the top of their game and the top players in the world. They're able to acknowledge that you can drift off, but then take your fingers, get back into what's going on currently and maintain focus.
50 minutes left, gents, very quickly. Are we getting a match winner or are we going to penalties?
I'm going to say, just because I want it, I want pens, so I'm going to say pens.
I think we win the game here. One team will take the ePremier League in extra time.
There could be leads to do just that now. They're going to have the first chance of this second half of extra time. Tex. Building now, Kai Havertz fresh off the pitch, looking to make his involvement now and a chance to break away. Keep an eye on that far hand side of the screen. Esteval in a really dangerous position for Manchester City. And look at the outpour of emotion for Matthias Bonanno. Could that be the goal to make it 3 years in a row?
I'll just point into the screen with Rich there. There was an opportunity where I thought Tex maybe could have gone towards Bruno, but once he went with Havertz down the angle, there's 3 players surrounding him. You can't really turn left, right, or back. You're stuck. And
look at Esteval there.
He's triggered and he's gone.
Calafiori not quick enough. Van der Ven left in his dust, and then the finish is emphatic. And look at that celebration.
That's what it means on the biggest of stages. Is he on his way? To a third ePremier League title. Lots of emotions in that camera in slow-mo. I think I saw a high five into a fist bump, and then Matthias Bonanno wasn't very happy as he turned back to Zazinho, who's just barking more orders at him. 7 minutes left, Ryan. Leeds will get a chance.
Absolutely. And
what ball?
Oh my
They might get one now.
Is he?
Semenyo! Havertz round the corner off the toe of Donnarumma. Palmer finds Yaya Toure. This is Tex looking to build up from the corner now to give Leeds a 7-7. Has he gone a bit too slow and allowed Manchester City to settle in?
Look at the other side of the pitch. Right there, the space for Esteval here to run into.
It's going to be game management now, really. If he gets one more, it's game, set and match.
Fantastic work from Bonanno. It's beautiful.
He's taking time out of the game. He's in no rush, is he, Manchester City?
Can't go back to here. He can't really go back. He's having to cue runners forward.
He's done a great job of that, though, hasn't it? Semenyo into Florian Wirtz. Manchester City might just be on their way to a 4th Premier League.
The one true dominant force at the ePremier League are Manchester City. Bonanno, Jafonzo, seconds away from glory once again.
This was so well worked. Where he gets the ball down here, he cuts back to Semenyo, and that pass into Wirtz, and you're not going to miss from there. And there's going to be no time for Tex to respond.
Added time of 1 minute. Leeds have absolutely given this all their best. Look at the reaction on the side there against his former teammate, Matthias Bonanno. 3 years he's been playing in the ePremier League, and he's just won an ePremier League again for a 3rd year. It's number 4 for Man City, and it's 3 in a row for Matthias Bonanno and Jafonzo.
Incredible, simply incredible from Manchester City. They came, they saw, and they well and truly conquered once again the ePremier League. 3 years on the bounce. You can't teach it.
Absolutely ridiculous consistency from Manchester City, and that man especially, Matthias Bonanno, has done it again when it mattered most. coming up clutch in that game against Texas. It could have gone either way. From extra time, I honestly couldn't call which way it would have gone. What a victory there for Manchester City, Brandon.
Yeah, what a result, what a final, by the way. Extra time was needed in the end there. 14 goals scored. What an ending. Jafonzo was there ready to congratulate his teammate. This has been very much a team effort, and we've just seen that from Man City.
They invest the most amount of money in the ePremier League into their players, into their infrastructure. And once again, hard work pays off. Matías Bonanno, the best ePremier League player we've seen of recent memory.
He needed it as well. He's not always been there outside of the Premier League, has he? But World Championship in the bag for him and Jafonzo. What a final. Your Premier League 2026 has concluded, and Manchester City have done it again, gentlemen.
Ridiculous. I just want to give a thought as well to Leeds and Tex.
Yeah.
Obviously the whole camp with Nick Snebb and their coach. Obviously it's a tough one to take, and yeah, it's a very difficult position for them to be in. But honestly, for Matías Bonanno to win it again with that performance against Tex, his former teammate.
The clutch factor that Man City have in these finals is unbelievable. What was it 2-1, 6-5, and now 8-6 in extra time. Last 5 minutes, Bonanno once again proves his worth.
Let's get him out there. Manchester City, they've done it again. With all the traps and teams that could have been in their way, the pressure was on their shoulders, and they've done it again. 4 times they've won the Premier League in 8 years. That's incredible consistency, but more so, they've done it 3 years in a row, back to back.
To back.
Incredible. Let's bring them out. Your champions of this year, Manchester City, come into centre stage. Well, here they are, an 8th season in the Premier League. It might be a different Giro, but it's the same result. It's 3 on the bounce. Manchester City, your ePremier League champions. Absolutely incredible. 4 out of the 8 years in the Premier League they've won it. Matías Bonanno has never lost a final. He's never lost an Premier League.
It's just consistency that we don't see across other leagues, across other divisions. Manchester City, the champions, and they didn't get anything their own way. They had to work hard. It was game after game, tough match after tough match. Deserved winners.
It goes to show you can never really think that they're not going to win it now with the way that they've done. We've seen so many people come in and falter against the likes of Manchester City and whoever Matías Bonanno's partnered up with. Jafonzo was sensational as well. Unbelievable accomplishment.
Unbelievable things. Well, look, let's get a mic on them now and let's hear from them now. Your Premier League champions, Manchester City, FG. How are they feeling?
Well, as you can imagine, they're probably feeling on top of the world. Let's get it straight away. We'll come to you first, Matty, because as tournaments go, 3 ePremier League titles for yourself in a row. How much does it mean to get the 3rd one?
Oh, it means a lot. It was a crazy final, so the feeling is still better. So, really happy.
You came into Manchester City eSports, replacing a man who is one of the GOATs in the scene and did so well here at Manchester City. They won 2 ePremier Leagues in a row. You've come here in your first ePremier League and you've won it. Explain to me how you're feeling.
Yeah, I'm really happy with this win. First time playing in Premier League, ePremier League. And yeah, I don't have words. I think we are an incredible team. We work a lot, we work really hard, and we deserve this. And yeah, Matty is the best teammate that I ever had. He just carried me in the group stage, now in this final. And yeah, we are really happy.
Listen, we'll bring Casey in as well. I think she's going to come and join us at some point. Come and join us, Casey. I mean, listen, Matty, I have to speak to you about Tex as well, and Leeds United in particular, because you know Tex so well. You had such a great bond, great partnership, and great moments with him. What was it like playing him in a final with so much at stake, with so many goals as well?
I try to not think a lot about, I don't know, what he was my teammate or something like that. Just in the game, what I need to do, and then win, of course.
Now, Matti, I asked you this in the beginning of the day. If you were now the GOAT, if you won it again, you kind of skirted around the answer. Can we get another answer now?
No, it depends on the people, I don't know. Texas, a historic player here, he plays, I don't know, 7 seasons, 8 seasons, so still I think no.
Okay, listen, I think you're being a bit too humble. You've won 3 ePremier Leagues in the trophy. You're definitely in the conversation to be the GOAT. Jafonso, is he the GOAT of the ePremier League, would you say?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 3 times in a row, but I'm also 100% win rate in ePremier League. So, okay.
I was just about to say, as tournaments go, that's absolutely perfect for you. What's next for you and Manchester City Esports? Because I know how much work you guys do together. Obviously, you're creating a great partnership together, and you've also qualified for the World Championships.
Yeah, we now our focus is in May, Champions League, and then World Championship in July. But now we have a little bit of rest, and then we prepare for the next tournaments.
Well, definitely enjoy your rest. A massive congratulations. Manchester City Esports have done it again. Jafonso, like he said, has got a 100% record in this tournament. If you're watching at home and you want to learn some of the tactics of our top 4 today, you can do. We're going to put a graphic on the screen. I'll be screenshotting it a little bit later.
Same.
Which tactics are you taking, Case?
Can I use both of them one weekend, the next weekend I try, and we'll see which one does better.
Okay.
I have to ask you as well, quickly, before we go, who's the best player you've used this weekend in your teams?
Esteban.
Esteban, yeah?
I will say Fabregas.
Or Semenyo as well.
Semenyo as well, yeah, that was the answer we were looking for. Listen, massive congratulations to you guys. We'll let you take your trophies and head off and enjoy yourselves. Casey, from our side, the ePremier League is done and dusted, and once again, it's a win for Manchester City.
I mean, it was an absolutely blockbuster performance. I know everyone back home enjoyed every single second of it. Goals galore, there was tension, there was pressure, but Manchester City came out on top.
They came out on top once again. A massive thank you to everyone for watching us, not just this weekend, but also through the groups. And in the end, it was the same story again, but this time with a brand new partner for Matti Bonanno. Manchester City Esports, back-to-back champions. Congratulations, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.
Today, we crown the 2026 ePremier League champions.
Nottingham Forest will score the first goal in this quarter-final. Manchester City have their reply.
Tottenham Hotspur continue their run.
Sunderland are absolutely flying. Texas turn up for Leeds.
Here we go then. Matthias Bonanno leads leg 1.
This is what champions do. This is what Man City do.
What a game. Must score penalty for Sunderland. What a final.
Manchester City lead at the halfway point against Leeds.